Okay, first 5 term of the quadratic sequence, 5, 3, -1, -7, -15. Find an expression in terms of n for the nth term of this sequence. Right, first of all, it's telling me it's a quadratic. But if I wanted to check that, I would see that the second difference would always be the same. So if I look at the differences here, from 5 to 3 is -2. In fact, I'll have to, doesn't seem to want to let me do that. 5, 3 is -2. From 3 to -1 is -4. -1 to -7 is -6. And -7 to -15 is -8. So these are all different. However, if I carry on to the second difference, I've got -2, -2, -2. Great. Now, it tells me it's a quadratic, but as these second differences are all the same, I know that the quadratic, I always write it like this, will look like an squared plus bn plus c. It will look something like that. The easy values for me to find are a and c, and a is the second difference divided by 2. So in this case, a equals -1. So what I've got is the nth term is -1 n squared. I then want to find the value of c. The value of c is in fact the 0th term. If I go back, always be careful with these and say, right, well, if I went back to -2, what value -2 makes -2? That is in fact 0. So here, in fact, the value of c is 5. And remember that a quadratic looks like a U shape, so some values will repeat to show its symmetry. So in this case, the value of c is 5. So I can add that 5 on. And then the thing to remember is that the first term is always a plus b plus c. And in this case, the first term happens to be, let's get a different colour, happens to be 5. That was the first term there. So my first term was 5. My value as a is -1. My value of c is 5. And then you go, well, -1 plus 5 is in fact 4. I need to make, so in fact I'm just adding 1 on. So that means I add 1n on here. Tidy it up, the nth term, I wouldn't write -1n, I'd just put -n squared. Then I would just add n, then I would just add 5. If I wanted to check this, and I will do in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth term is -15. So if I tried this, if I substituted in, I would have -5 squared plus 5 plus 5. Well, 5 squared is 25. Times by -1 is -25. -25, add 5. Plus -25, add 10, which is -15. So it's a little check.